Good morning everyone. Today we are going to see software testing unit 4 session 1. So in today's session we are going to begin with new unit 4 and the first topic which we are going to see in this unit is common people issues. So what are these common people issues? So these are perceptions and misconceptions about testing. So what are these perception and misconception is a view or opinion that is incorrect because of wrongly assumed or understanding. So in earlier days there were some perceptions, misconceptions which were wrongly assumed or understood by some of the people, and those were the statements made by the peoples like testing professionals, management people, or by the students. So it's very important to clear all these perceptions and misconceptions, because to build a successful testing team it's very necessary to clear this. So let us see the issue. Testing is not technically challenging. So let us see how true is this issue. See, for example, if a company is conducting interview for testers, we can find out two sets of people there. In the first set, we find out the people who are really interested in testing and they want to make career in testing and they really enjoy the working of testing and they can improve their skills, who really want to improve their skill. And in the second set we find out the majority of the people who have come in the testing field because they don't have any opportunity. They have not got the opportunity to work as a developer. So they don't have any options, so they have gone into the testing field. But if this is the way of thinking, then it will not build a successful testing team, because in earlier days there are so many accidents has happened due to the failure of software, and this all failure of software has happened because of not properly testing the softwares, not properly understanding the requirements, not testing it properly. So but in today's generation, testing has become very remarkable value. And in earlier days, the softwares were used in very less important places. So there were no more focus on the testing. Even something goes wrong, it was not affecting badly for financially or human loss or the organization. So because of this, so the many of the people think that their thinking has changed, that developing the software has more value and there is no career in the testing, because the software is used in very less important places, so not much importance were given to the testing. So most of them were trying to career in the developing field, programming. But in today's generation, the softwares are used in very important places, so even a single bug or the defect is not acceptable in a software. Because it affects badly if the software fails, financially as well as human loss. In the earlier days, when we are studying about the software testing subject, we have discussed some of the accidents happened during the earlier days. So these were not testing the softwares properly, which has caused a great financial loss as well as human loss. So in today's generation, due to not properly testing the software, many incidents happens, and this should not happen. That's why we need a successful testing team, the people who are really interested in doing the career in testing and should have the interest of testing the softwares. So testing has to be not think as a second option, otherwise it will not build a successful testing team. So what are the challenges in a software testing? So what challenges the software testers face? Let us see. So software testers requires a holistic understanding of the entire product rather than just a single product. So the programmers, the developers, so the persons are divided into the specific team, and every team is given the module to develop, and every team has the knowledge about their own module, whatever they have done. They don't have the knowledge about other module, what other team has done. They have the knowledge more focused on their own module only. But for a tester, as they have to conduct all types of testing and all flow, all communication, all interaction, they have to need to test. So the full knowledge about the product is very important there. Full product knowledge, like here, what requirements have to be tested, which are the valid input, which is the invalid input, what are the functional functions, how we can make the software better quality, and so on. So the software tester requires thorough understanding of multiple domains. So as a software testers, you should have the knowledge about the multiple domains, like when your product is linked with other product knowledge. So both product knowledge is necessary, both product domains knowledge is necessary, and we see that many softwares are linked with other product. So how is the communication between these two softwares? What interactions they are making? What is the flow? How they are going to communicate between two products is very important. And see, when the developer domains the banking software, it is based on the banking domain. But the software tester should have the banking domain knowledge as well as other domain knowledges. Specialization in languages. So most of the testing tools require programming languages. Various tools need the knowledge of programming to write scripts for testing. So to test the performance of the testing tools has to be used. So to improve the quality of your product, software testers has to go for the tools, and these tools are developed in various programming languages. And for a tester to use these tools, they need to know how to write the scripts in these tools, and these scripts are written in the programming language, and to write the scripts they should have the programming knowledge. And these tools are based on various programming languages. Those are based on PHP, Java, C, C++. So as a tester, they should have all programming languages, and they should be also specialized in these programming languages. So we cannot say that testing is not technically challenging and the software testers don't have the programming knowledge, they don't need the programming knowledge. No, this is not true. Software testers also need the programming knowledge, and they need to have that knowledge because the various tools are developing the programming knowledge, and they should have the knowledge to use those tools. Use of tools. So various tools are available based on various types of testing for different programming languages. Quick and accurate result within less time. Testing tools are very expensive. People who are in development make use of software lifecycle like case tools, debugger or IDE environment. Testing was offering very less testing tools, and now the things have changed. The standard testing tools are available in the market, which supports various programming languages. We have already seen tools on each types of testing, like we have seen the tools on static testing, integration testing, usability testing and code coverage testing. So and if you want your software to have better quality and accurate result and response from your software must be good, then you need to go for the testing tools. Quick and accurate results are given by these testing tools within a less time. So many people go for these testing tools, and these testing tools are very expensive. Opportunities for conceptualization and out of the box thinking. So as a software tester, you need to think creatively and you need to find out more number of defects. So as a tester, your job is to find the more number of defects from the software, because tester's job is to improve the quality of the product. So there must be no any defects available in the product. If any defect is remained in the software, then the first question will be asked to the testers only, why a particular defect was not found, what was the reason. So as a testers, they need to think creatively and out of box thinking to find out the defects. Significant investments are made in testing today, sometimes a lot more than in development. So in the testing, as the testing tools are very expensive, so a lot of investments are made in the testing. Even if you compare with the development, the lot of investments are made in the testing also. Because testing tools are expensive, there must be sufficient return on investment on these tools. And to use these tools, the best talents are selected for testing functions, as it must return sufficient return on investment on these tools. So the best talents are selected to work on these testing tools so that they can get a better result and the return on investment. An internal test tool today could very well be one of those expensive testing automation tool of tomorrow. So organizations use their own internal tool. So most of the organizations develop their own testing tool and use it. So the programming knowledge is needed here to develop as well as to perform the testing. So whatever the tools they develop in their organization, it can become the tomorrow's expensive tool. So if they use those tools in their organization, then they can, if it is of more useful, they sell into the market, they can sell to other people in the market, and it can become the expensive tool. And these tools are developed using the various programming knowledge, and the testers should have the scripts knowledge to use these tools. So testing offers a continuous learning, improves knowledge, and achieve greater heights of success. So you cannot say that testing is not a technically challenging, because testing offers continuous learning, full product knowledge is necessary, and improves knowledge as you are conducting all types of testing. So it improves the knowledge, and there are also various career paths in this testing. So it can, as a tester, you can reach the greater heights of success. So there is testing in all development and development in all testing. So let us compare these two, development projects and functions in testing projects. So when you start developing, start with first requirements gathering specification, and even the testing is start using the test specification. So whatever the developer has gathered, the tester job is to test them, how accurate they are, whether the requirements which are gathered are correct or no. So even here the communication must be there between the developers and the testers, and the testers has to also communicate with the clients and all to test it properly, so that the design, whatever the requirements they have gathered, should be correct and should not go in a wrong direction. And then developers, once the requirements are fixed, the developers are going to go with the designing. So whatever the developers are designed, the tester job is to test it, how accurate those designings are, and whether it is a user friendly or no, whether the user can understand or no. And then the developers are going to start with the development and coding, and here the testers are going to write the scripts using the testing tools to get the accurate result, how much accurate this coding they have written. Then testing, even the developers are going to perform the testing, but their testings are limited to one or two types. But whereas in the testing, there are various types of testings conducted to overall improve the quality of the product, whether it is a functional testing, non-functional testing, both. And the developers, they are going to maintain it, they are going to see this, whenever the customers reports the problem, they are going to fix it, and they are going to also check out whether the system works on whether it supports various versions, various infrastructure and all. Even the testers are going to see that how that software is working, how properly that software can be maintained, and the chance must be not given to the customers to report the more problems. And that is the main intention of the testers, that is maintenance of the softwares. Testing does not provide me a career path or growth. So in the earlier days, the developers were given the job titles, or their job titles were defined, whereas the softwares are used in very less important places, so more focus was not on testing. So job titles were not fixed as like those were fixed in developers, like the job titles in the developing fields are like designer, analyst, and senior engineer, junior engineer, team leaders and all. But now in today's generation, softwares are used in very important places, so there is an equal career path for the testing professionals in this testing field. So there are also the fixed job titles are given there in the for the testing professionals like senior tester, junior testers, and test team leaders, and so on. More detail about this career path we are going to see in the next topics, later topics. So in today's session, we have completed common people issues which are made by the professional, tester professional, management people and students. Thank you.